Hello, my friends. Cher here from Dragonfly Maternity, and I wanted to introduce a yoga series that the teachers and I here at Dragonfly will be putting online, available for our community to use during this time of transition in our society and world as we know it, as we both externally face changes as well as internally. Each one of us is going through a range of transition. And I really believe that through this time of challenge, of opportunity, of shifting and transition, there is a chance to really step back into ourselves, as well as connect with each other. Right now it looks in a different way. We are going through what it looks like to have our doors closed to the public, sadly, for this period of time where that just feels like the best choice for us to make. We hope it is very short term as things run its course. And I do believe with some simple and intentional measures, we can come through with this awareness of how we're living and come through stronger on the other side. So through this time that we are not connecting in the way that we are used to, we definitely miss your smiling faces here at our studio and our shop, and just having those connection points, seeing your little ones, hearing about your day, your week, your journey. It's been really hard through this part. And my hope is that offering these ways of still connecting, albeit a little bit different right now, is that we can still unite in a place that connects us as a community. So in offering this practice today, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever it works for you, I hope that being able to tune in on your mat, connect to your body, your breath, your heart space, allows the healing that you need to do in your life this moment, and really bring you back to a place of inner calm, inner stability, inner well-being, so that each one of us is facing this transition in the best way that we can possibly do. So keeping ourselves healthy and strong and committed to doing what it takes to get through this for the betterment of all. I really truly believe in that mindset being a powerful shift for all of us. So again, I welcome you to join me on your mat whenever this works for you. Myself and our other teachers here at the space will be putting together these compacted series of yoga classes and fitness classes that you can experience here in our space. Once we are able to safely, confidently open our doors, we can't wait to welcome you back into our physical community here. And these condensed versions will offer some modifications whether you have props at home. I'll just be keeping it really simple today. A lot of you that come to my classes know that I love using a lot of props to help support the body. I also know, and that's something that we love providing here for you guys, and I also know that that's not always accessible, whether you are doing this at your home or someplace that you may be, that may not be in your accessibility. So that is okay too. We'll just modify and be able to, most importantly, connect to our bodies, to our breath, and to our internal landscape. So just to talk a little bit about our internal world. When we start to go within and tune into what is happening for us as individuals, we're making a mindset of what do I need in this moment to nourish myself. Whether that is your physical body, whether it is your emotional, mental, psychological states, your spiritual level, just taking those things into consideration and being able to really slow down and take care of all of those things so again we can be as healthy and strong as we possibly can be. And sometimes that is taking just a brief moment to take some deep breath, or feeding yourself something healthy that you know will nourish your body, getting the proper rest, all those basics that I know you all know. It's reminders to myself too to be doing these things that honor our body and our mind and our soul from moment to moment, and taking those times to connect with people that bring you joy and connection and fulfillment in life. Just honoring all of these different pieces. So when we really take the time to go within and look at where we are at from moment to moment, we're being true to ourselves, what we need to become whole and complete and healthy and connected. So I just welcome you to bring that into this practice for yourself today, and really hold on to that both on your mat as well as off your mat as you carry forward in whatever your day looks like today. So we'll just start in a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana. So you can find, again, any props that you may want to bring into your practice today. If you have a mat, wonderful. If you are just in a space where you can have a little bit of support for the joints, for the body, wonderful. At least a little bit of space to move around you. And then just find a comfortable seat where you can ground in and feel your sit bones connect to the earth. And then just place your palms down to your thighs, to your knees. Take a couple adjustments to really settle into the body. And then we'll just softly close the eyes here and really start to note our environment. And one of the beautiful ways to really connect to our physical environment and our present moment is to start using the senses to guide you to this moment. So wherever you are physically at in this moment, maybe start to hear some sounds around you. And then start to tune into the quality of the air around you. Any temperatures, any aromas in the air. And then also start to really feel that connection with the earth, all of those connection points where your body is feeling grounded. The outer edges of the ankles, the sit bones. Anywhere that you are feeling that support, just really connecting to that in this moment. And as you do, as you take in all of these sensory experiences of your current external world, we'll start to just let all other thoughts of sensations, of things going on in the world right now, just kindly placing that aside, just for the moment, with honor and respect to everything going on during these times of transition. Just use this next duration of time to connect back to yourself. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you can place your hands over your heart space. And with eyes still softly closed, we'll just start to tune into all layers of our being. And when we talk about all of those layers that make up who we are, again, we look at the physical layer, the emotional layer, the spiritual, the psychological, all these different components that build who we are. These next few moments, just starting to really quiet through the body, so you can take a look at the mind and the heart space. And you can pause the video and just really dive into this for as long as feels comfortable for you. Maybe using this as a time to bring in some meditation or some processing from your day, your week. And when you're ready, we'll just continue with some gentle movement. And this class today will be a gentle flow class just to get us into our bodies, and connect to anything that may be arising for us that comes through the physical sense, the mind, the heart space. Again, you're welcome to linger here a little bit longer if this is calling to you in this moment. And when you're ready, you can gently blink the eyelids open. And as we continue to build upon the breath, with hands resting down to the knees, we'll take a full inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs, really expanding the diaphragm, holding at the top of the inhale, and then sigh it all up the mouth. We'll do a couple more just like this. So inhale fully through the nose, and sigh it all up the mouth. One more here. Inhaling through the nose, and sighing fully out the mouth. So staying present with that breath, letting it guide you through this practice today. So we'll start to connect body, breath, and movement from here. Inhale, sweeping the hands to the sky. Take a full breath here, really lengthening through the spine, through the side body, through the shoulders. And then we'll keep the left hand to the sky. We'll reach the right hand down towards the earth, grounding into the hand or the earth as we reach up and over, opening up that opposite side body. Inhale back to center, reaching the hand up and over to the other side. Full breath here. As we inhale, rising back to center, reaching hands to sky. Then exhale, floating hands down to the side, bringing one hand behind for support, and the other hand to the opposite knee. We'll start to get to the inner edges of the pelvis as well. So we're reaching up through the heart, the crown of the head, and then maybe looking over that shoulder. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the other side. Inhale, coming back to center. Reaching hands to sky one more time, and then exhale all the way behind for support. We'll drop the crown of head back, tipping chin to sky. If you would like to go further here, maybe rolling to the knees, lifting up through the heart space, opening the front of the body. The hips, we'll bring the head and heart forward, walking hands in front, opening the upper back, tucking the chin under. Inhale, walking the hands back. We'll swivel over to one side, continuing to get into all corners of the body as we come into cat-cow. So finding that alignment, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, grounding in, spreading the fingers nice and wide, connecting to the breath on the inhale, and on the exhale. Just take a few breaths here as we lift the inhale, the hips, heart, and head. Exhale, round the back up, and tucks the chin under. Just taking a couple more in your own time. Maybe swaying hips from side to side, rounding into the shoulders. My hips always crack here. Getting into your body this day. And then we'll take it back to neutral, and depending on where you would like to target in the body, you can keep the knees under the torso and settle back on the heels as we'll get into the lower lumbar spine. Or you can take the knees nice and wide for your child's pose, big toes to touch the back, and then settling back to the heels as we get into the inner edges of the hips. Whatever positioning you're craving this morning, this afternoon, or evening for yourself, we'll just start to ground our energy down to the earth. You can use a prop or some kind of support below the forehead if your neck is feeling tight here, or bringing the forehead all the way down to the earth. Maybe keeping some gentle movement here, swaying the body from side to side, rocking the head from side to side, just pulling within as we start to tune into your body in this moment. And then as you rise up, we'll slide the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes under. As we come into plank, pressing the heels back, finding that alignment of the shoulders over wrists. From plank, we'll press the hips to the sky, making our way into our first downward facing dog. Just take some time to pedal out the legs, lifting one heel and then the other. And then aligning from plank, into downward dog is that correct alignment for our individual bodies. So just finding your current perspective for yourself in this moment. Next inhale, we'll start to walk the feet towards the hands. Taking your time here, we'll arrive in the standing forward fold. So maybe resting hands to shins or to the earth, or if you would like, resting the hands to a block or some support for the upper body. Let's just take some time to get into the hips here. Generously bending into that right knee, we'll press the opposite left hip out and take a full breath here to explore the outer edge of that hip. Next, inhale, straighten into the right leg, bend the left knee, press that opposite right hip out. Take a full breath here. Next, inhale, straightening both legs, walking hands up the thighs. We'll use our core strength to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands to sky, maybe a gentle back bend here. And then we'll exhale the hands to heart space. We'll come into one round of our sun salutations. Just taking some time to explore the body through movement. You're welcome to do additional sun salutations if that's speaking to you today. So I'll be coming into one round of Surya Namaskara A today. And again, if you would like to add on just a little bit more warm up and extend the practice for yourself, you're welcome to pause the video and just continue on through the sequence that I'm about to show you. And you can dive a little deeper into your sun salutations to warm up your body. So we'll come to the top of the mat and just starting to root down through the soles of the feet, shining the palms forward and just finding this alignment in the body. And as we arrive here in Tadasana, mountain pose, we'll start to connect to our Ujjayi breath. So it's that place of creating this oceanic rhythm of our inhale and exhale, creating a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, we're starting to build some heat in the body from within. We'll just take a few moments here to really arrive in this space of presence with the breath. Starting to hear this gentle rhythm of your inhale and exhale flowing through your body. Really letting that guide your practice today. On your next inhale, you can gently sweep the hands to the sky, or Urdhva Hastasana. On the exhale, we'll hinge forward, bringing crown of head towards the earth. Maybe hands are to the earth or shins. We'll inhale to half lift, palms to shins, nice flat back. Exhale, bending the knees, plant the hands. As you come back to plank, depending on where your practice takes you today, maybe the knees are lowered for chaturanga, or maybe the knees are lifted. So depending on, again, where you would like to take your practice. From our plank, we'll lower through the heart space, sliding the shoulders forward, inhale to up dog, lifting through heart and crown of head, either down on the knees or rolling over the toes. We'll press the hips to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog, pedaling up the legs. Next, inhale, we'll raise the gaze, either stepping the feet forward or walking or hopping to the top of your mat. Come into a half lift here. And exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up, reaching hands to sky. And if you're coming into round two, you'd continue on from here, coming into another full round of Surya Namaskara A. Or just pausing here with me, we'll bring palms to touch in front of the heart, arriving in Samasthiti. And before we come into our full standing series, maybe taking some time to pedal out the feet here. Just getting into all corners of the soles of the feet through the Padabandha, that energy and circulation through the soles. We'll be rolling through the ankles. Any of you that come to my classes regularly know I love working with tennis balls. We use racquetballs here, squash balls works as well. So anything that can really open up that energy, you're welcome to bring that into your practice in this moment just to get that circulation flowing. Again, I'll keep it really simple today just in case you don't have these things accessible to you. So another way to do it is just to roll through each area of the foot, getting some circulation and flow into the soles of the feet. So as we open up that energy and start to come to awareness of the lower body with a presence that really grounds us and builds that foundation, and then allow that energy to rise up all the way throughout the entire body. So we'll start with our right foot forward as you step back with the left foot. Again, finding that stability, finding that engagement and foundation, and find that alignment in the body as well. A couple quick points here. We'll align that right knee over the ankle. If you're staying up on that left leg, the ball of the foot and the heel are in alignment. Another option here is just to drop that back knee down. We're more stable there. And again, if you're rising up to keep that engagement in the left leg, we're finding that opposition between left and right. And just to begin with, so we can get into those hip flexors, we'll dip into that left knee, lift the back of the thigh to the sky, feeling that iliacus, that opening of the front of the left hip. Core and pelvic floor engaged, so we're drawing belly button towards spine, squaring the pelvis forward, and then we'll use our core strength to rise hands to sky. Coming into your full expression of Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Let's just take a full breath here to feel the strength and stability in the posture before we bring in movement. And then on your next exhale, bend into the elbows, draw the elbows back and down to open up the heart. Inhale, reach hands to sky. This time, exhale, floating hands down and back. So this comes into that full range of motion for the shoulders. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, bending to the elbows. Open that heart to the sky. Inhale, hands tall. Exhale, reaching back. This time as we inhale, hands to sky, we'll keep that right hand to the sky, reaching left hand down. You can use a block here or a prop to elevate, or reaching all the way down to the earth with the left hand. We'll ground into left hand and right foot, sending that right hand to the sky. So to begin with, you can keep the drishti, the gaze down towards the earth, more grounding here. Or if you'd like to take it further, you can bring the gaze up to the sky. This will take it deeper into the outer edge of that right hip and bring that twist in through the core. We'll take another full breath here, grounding into the lower body in that left hand. And then coming into a flow with the breath. Inhale, reaching the right hand down to the earth, and exhale, we'll take it to the sky. Take 5 full breaths here in your own time. Each exhale, as we engage the core, bringing this twist in, we're getting deeper into the outer edge of the hip. On the bottom of this exhale, we'll bring that hand down to the right thigh. Drop down on the back left heel, sweeping that left arm all the way back, the right arm forward. Arriving in warrior 2. We'll take our time here as we settle into the posture, guiding that right knee towards the pinky toe of the right foot. Inner edge of the right hip is opening. Grounding into the outer edge of that back left foot. Reaching strong in opposite directions. We'll take one more breath here. Next inhale, we'll flip that right palm, reach it to the sky, left hand comes to thigh or wrapping around the waist for our bind as we come into sun warrior. Still bending into that right knee. We're opening up the right side of the body. Next inhale takes us back to warrior 2 for a full breath. Bottom of your exhale, we'll drop that right elbow down to the right thigh. Left fingertips come overhead for extended side angle. That internal rotation of the left arm, palm down towards the earth. Dropping a little bit deeper if you would like into that right hip. We can reach down to the earth with the right hand. Maybe using a block under that right hand or using that core engagement to hover through the body. Next inhale, sweeping the left arm back, right arm forward. We arrive back in warrior 2. If you would like to lengthen through this series, you're welcome to pause the video, going through that sequence again. And we'll be going through left and right sides. So you're welcome to lengthen through the sequence by doing twice on each side, or just joining me doing once on each side. So on the bottom of your exhale, we'll windmill the arms all the way down to the earth. Grounding into the hands here. Stepping that right foot back, Either coming into downward facing dog, coming into your cat-cow, or coming into your child's resting pose. Again, honoring your body as you reset between sides. So we'll just take a few breaths here, maybe grabbing a sip of water, making sure you're staying hydrated. Taking a moment here, we'll meet in downward facing dog to come into this sequence on the left. Inhale, that left heel covers. You use exhale to hug the knee and step forward with the left foot. Either staying high up on the ball of that right foot or dropping down on the knee, that option here for you. So as you rise up, rounding into the sole of the left foot, using our core engagement, we'll start with hands to hips. Bending into that right knee, lift the back of the thigh to the sky, opening up that hip flexor on the right. Bending into that left knee with that alignment over the ankle. We're using that core strength, drawing belly button towards spine, lifting through crown of head, rising hands to sky. So full breath here. And then as you connect to the breath, bringing in that flow with the upper body. Exhale, bending the elbows down and back. Inhale, reach hands to sky. And exhale, sweeping the arms down. Taking two more just like this. Nice and strong in the lower body. Nice and solid through the core as you bring in this motion into the upper body. This time as we reach hands to sky, we'll come into twisted dragonfly. This time, left hand stays to sky, right hand can come down to a block over the earth. Again, using those props as desired and available for your body. Gaze can stay down to the earth or taking it out to the horizon or up to the sky. Then we'll come into that flow with the breath. So inhale, bringing left hand down to the earth. Exhale to the sky. Taking 5 full breath here, getting deeper into that outer edge of the left hip. And moving with the breath. Last breath here. Next inhale, bring that left hand down to left thigh, dropping down on the outer edge of the right foot. We'll arrive here, reaching left arm back. Sorry, right arm back, left arm forward. Virabhadrasana 2 on our left. Guiding that knee towards the pinky toe of the left foot, reaching strong in opposite directions. We'll take a full breath here. Next inhale, flip that left palm, reach to the sky, right hand to thigh, or wrapping around the waist will open up the left side of the body in Sun Warrior. Again, gaze can be down to the horizon or up to the sky, whatever's working for your body. Next inhale, reaching left arm forward, right arm back. Bottom of your exhale, dropping that left elbow down to the left thigh. Right hand comes all the way forward for extended side angle. Maybe reaching down to the earth with that left hand, taking it a bit deeper into that left hand. Bottom of your breath cycle. This time we'll bring the right arm all the way down as you come high above the ball of the right foot, down on the right knee, with the hands to the instep of the left foot. We'll come right into Uttanasana that dragon pose. Again, if you're having any discomfort in the knee, you're welcome to use some support under that back knee, maybe a blanket or a towel. And then as we ground in here, coming into dragon pose, we'll start by sliding that right knee back an inch or two. So we're getting into that hip flexor on the right. And then again, either using some elevation here, maybe blocks or supports under the hands. And then we'll just take our time to settle in here as we start to explore the inner, outer, and back edge of that left hip, the forward hip. Maybe swaying from side to side. Maybe starting to come to the outer edge of that left foot, so we're getting deeper to the inner edge of the hip. Maybe eventually coming down onto the forearms, taking it a bit deeper here, bringing the elbows directly below the shoulders. Again, you're welcome to use blocks or supports under the arms here, just elevating the earth a bit higher. Continuing that gentle motion from side to side or front to back. We'll continue to open up and settle into the hips. So these hip opener postures are some of my favorites. They're very intense, intentional postures. So we just take our time to slowly, gently, kindly get into this area of the body. So again, you're welcome to pause the video and just really melt into this moment. If you would like to take an extended period of time here, sometimes in our yin practice, we stay in this posture for upwards of 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes if we're coming into a restorative practice. Or if you would like to just take this condensed version of our practice today to come into the posture for maybe 20 to 30 seconds, you're welcome to just come out when you feel ready. And again, these hip opener postures can tend to bring up a lot of emotions for us, a lot of thoughts and feelings and things that we're storing in our bodies when we, again, tap back into that mind-body connection. This is a common area, the hips and the heart, that we tend to store onto a lot of things, holding on. So if it feels good and you have the time and space to do so, I really just welcome and encourage you to dive into anything that you might be holding on to or dwelling on, just seeing if you can allow your body and your breath to really arrive in harmony and work through this release. So again, you can pause the video here, you can meet me as I continue into the other side if you're ready to transition in this moment. And as a transition between sides, I do welcome you to come into cat-cow. So just to demonstrate as we were here in the posture, you can heel toe that left foot around or tucking the back toes under, grounding into the hands here, stepping that left foot back. You can also come into downward facing dog to pedal out the legs. We're coming into tabletop just to flow that energy through the body with cat-cow. Just take some time here, move that energy through with some gentle movement, maybe swaying hips from side to side, maybe grabbing a sip of water. And then we'll transition to the second side for Uttanasana on the right. So a couple different ways to get into the posture. You can heel toe that right foot around. Or again, you can come in from your downward facing dog. We'll come into Uttanasana on the right. Using that inhale to reach the heel to the sky. Exhale, step forward with that right foot. Bringing hands to the instep of the foot, dropping down on that left knee. Starting by drawing the knee back an inch or two. And then we'll start to settle into the inner, outer, and back edge of that right hip. Again, taking your time to arrive here. So maybe taking some swaying motion from side to side. Maybe starting to come to the outer edge of that right foot, just moving nice and gently as you settle in on this second side. Maybe staying up here on the hands or using props to elevate yourself. Maybe gently coming down, elevating the forearms, or bringing forearms all the way down to the earth. We'll just take our time here to settle in on the right hip. And again, you can pause the video here, take as much time as you need to release here on this second side as you did on the first. When you are ready, we'll start to transition out. Again, walking the hands back, either heel toeing that right foot around, or as you tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, stepping that foot back. Again, the options here are pedaling out the legs and our downward facing dog, or coming into cat-cow to flow that motion through the spine. Swaying hips from side to side, just finding this release in the body. And that circulation flowing again through movement. And as we start to ground our practice down, our energy down towards the earth, we'll just come into cat-cow here. Starting to walk the hands forward, settling the sit bones back to the heels, bringing that forehead either down to the earth or again using a prop here to help support the upper body. And we'll take several breaths here to start to tune in to that sensation in the hips. Those were some intense hip opener postures. So just tuning into anything happening in the lower back, the hips, as we ground our energy down. And you're welcome to stay right here at center for the next several breaths. Or if you would like to go a little bit deeper into the side bodies, we'll start to walk the upper body over to the right corner of your mat, maybe even off the mat. Maybe even bringing that left hand over the right. We'll take it nice and deep into that left side of the body. We'll take 2 or 3 breaths here, opening up that energy from the outer edge of the hip all the way up through the shoulder and sending that breath through the fingertips. As you rise up, we'll walk the upper body all the way over to that opposite corner, breathing fully here. As you finish off your breath, we'll come back to tabletop, rising up. Just take a few moments here to roll through the spine and cat-cow. We get our music going again. And as you bring that motion in through the body, again, really connecting to your inhale and exhale, and just noticing those differences from the start of your practice to this moment now, as you really connect to what is happening in the body. Noticing the space we've created, the strength that we've built, that connection to the breath that we've developed. And we'll take a couple moments here to get into the upper body. This is one of my favorite postures that doesn't require any props. So again, it's a really good one if you are just coming to your practice today on a basic level. The heart space, the upper body, is such an important area for us to work through as we connect back to ourselves and connect back to any tightness or tension in this area of the body. So just to tap into that a little bit, we often spend so much time curling forward. The spines, the shoulders, the heart space is becoming closed off. And when we allow ourselves to just broaden and lift through this energy in the body and really open through left shoulder to right, we're coming to a place of vulnerability as well as strength and confidence. So when we tap into this ability to open up this area, it allows us to tap into these other sides of the equation, these other areas of our being, of our presence, that can really come from a place of power and strength internally. So if you do need any extra support for your body, again, you're welcome to use maybe a blanket or a towel under the side of the body. We'll start on the right side today. So we'll be bringing the right hip, the right shoulder down to the earth, and starting to tap into the triceps, the rotary cuff area of that right shoulder to begin with. And then we'll start tapping into the front edge of the shoulder. So as you come down, keeping the knees bent to support the lower body, we'll bring that right arm down to the earth, the palm facing down to the earth, bringing that right ear down to right bicep. And then coming to a place where, with the right arm overhead, you can just start to open up that energy at the outer edge of the shoulder. Left hand can come down to the earth to help support the upper body. And again, the knees are bent, depending on where you feel more supportive, just to help you really relax and melt in here. So we'll take several breaths here. Again, you can pause the video if you just feel this sense of opening in this side of the body that is working for you in this moment. And this posture can be as short or as long as you would like to spend in this moment. So just feel free to melt in and allow yourself to feel the healing and the resetting and realignment through this posture. So this is the first version here with the arm straight down, up overhead, palm facing down towards the earth. And the second version that we explore through the posture, pressing that left hand down to the earth, we'll lift the upper body to slide that right arm either underneath the shoulder, so it starts to tap into the front edge of the shoulder, or you can straighten the arm back. So the palm again down towards the earth, we'll bring that right ear down to the earth, or you can use a block or blanket or a towel or something, pillow maybe, underneath the side of the head if that feels more comfortable for you. So as you ground in here, again, this is a little more sensitive area of the body, so we're using that left hand down to the earth to help gauge the amount of pressure we're placing in that right shoulder. So just take your time to allow the body to find this release. If you feel you're quite sensitive and tense here, if you feel like your whole body is engaged and you can't melt in, maybe just take your time to release a little bit. Bringing that right arm a little bit more overhead or using a prop to help support your body. Just play around with the positioning of that arm and the orientation of the body as you settle in to this moment. So we'll take several breaths here. Again, you're welcome to linger in any area that feels most supportive for you as you explore this posture. And then when you're ready, you can either join me on transitioning over to this second side, the left side, or you can pause the video and just really allow yourself to explore the energy and the circulation and flow of sensation on that first side. So as we settle into the second side, again, beginning with left arm down to the earth, palm down. Bringing that left ear down to the left bicep, using that right hand to stabilize, bending into the knees to support the lower body. And as you settle in here, again, the options are starting with that left arm overhead, tapping into the outer and back edge, and then eventually tapping into the front edge of the shoulder, bringing the palm below the shoulder or straight back. Take as much time as you need here to just find your release and reset. As we get into the heart space, we're allowing ourselves to tap into any stagnant energies in the body, those tight areas that we're holding on to, thoughts and emotions. As we bring in this careful, kind, intentional orientation of the body, working with props to help support us, working with the earth's energy to support us, and working with our breath to guide us to this depth and release that we can experience. We're allowing ourselves to reset our energy and come back to a place of our calm, stable, strong selves. So it's my hope that this practice today allowed you to reset and rejuvenate. And as we carve out the time for ourselves to reset on that level, we're allowing ourselves to rebuild our relationship with not only ourselves, but those around us. And when we tap into that inner harmony of building up those layers of who we are, we're allowing ourselves to really connect with others on a deeper level, allowing ourselves to act from a place of not fear, what's in it for us, and only thinking about ourselves, from coming from a place of love. So especially as things transition in the world around us and we face new challenges and opportunities, I really strive to remind all of us, myself included, from moment to moment to moment, to come from a place of internal clarity and love and humanity and kindness to ourselves as we become the healthy, strong, best versions of ourselves that we can possibly come from moment to moment, whether we're healing from any physical or emotional or mental place that we are struggling in, to a place of really rippling that out into the world around us. So thank you for joining me in this practice today. I would love to continue this journey for anyone who wants to connect and be able to share this place of building ourselves up and building up each other. So again, thank you for sharing your energy today from whatever point you're at, whatever place you're in. I feel that collective energy in this community. And from love, light, and unity, wish you namaste.